And Krishna speaks about three kinds of intelligence and determination. So here, intelligence means knowledge of the soul, and determination means how he works. So those who are in Sattva Guna, he understands the difference between dharma and adharma. He knows what is karya and akarya, what is papa punya, what is pravritti nivritti. So if you are in Sattva Guna, then you have this kind of intelligence, and you know how to behave, how to act. If you are in Rajoguna, you don't understand completely what is dharma and adharma. You don't know what is duty and what is not duty. And those who are in Tamoguna, they think dharma as adharma, and they think all the contrary things as to be true. So this how the person who are in Rajoguna, Tamoguna, or Sattvagunas, their intelligence will work. So according to your intelligence, you are that person. You are a person in Sattva-guna, so you have this kind of intelligence. With this kind of intelligence, you do this kind of work. With this kind of work, you get this kind of result. So these four things are interlinked again. So determination. So determination also changes according to Sattva, Raja, Tamo Guna. So those who are in Sattva-guna, he always engages his mind, intelligent senses in the concentration of the Lord. But those who are in Rajoguna, their determination, here the determination is given. To do any action, you need determination. So that determination changes, it fluctuates. Sattva-guna people, their determination is firm. When they take up some work, they will concentrate on the Lord and they will complete it. But those who are in Rajoguna, their determination fluctuates according to the person he associates. So his determination changes all the time. But those who are in Tamoguna, their determination is weak because they cannot avoid sleep, fear, lamentation, dejection, and passion. So three kinds of determination is given. First determination is in Sattva-guna, that is, they will fulfill their taken up job. And those who are in Rajoguna, the determination changes. And those who are in Tamoguna, their determination is very weak. So everything is interlinked. Determination is connected with the work, and knowledge is connected with the doer. Doer is connected with the performance, or doer is connected with the action, and action is connected with the knowledge. So in this way, Krishna connects so many things. Don't worry, we are not jnanis, and it is not for us. And he says there are three kinds of happiness. So these jnanis, they attain three kinds of happiness. What are the happiness? Those who are in Sattva-guna, for Sattva-guna, in Sattva-guna happiness, it brings joy, it destroys sorrow, and also it is poison in the beginning maybe, but at the end it is very blissful. So this is Sattva-guna happiness. So this is spiritual happiness. In spiritual life, in the beginning it may be little bit bitter, but at the end it is very pleasing. And also this kind of spiritual life, it is bringing joy somehow or other. We don't understand why it is bringing joy, but it is always bringing us joy. When we do Harinam, when we hear, when we see Lord, when we take Prasadam, we all become happy. Why we are becoming happy, we don't understand. Ultimately, we become happy. So this brings joy and it destroys sorrow also. You may go Sunday evening to some club and you can order some costly food and you can watch some dance and you can eat whatever you want, but you won't feel happiness, and more the sorrow only comes. Because as soon as you go outside, your kama krodha increases, your greed increases, your lust increases, then you become more and more frustrated with all these things. Your happiness doesn't grow, rather your sorrow grows. But in spiritual life, what happens? As soon as you enter, the happiness grows and the sorrow starts decreasing. So this is how the Sattva-guna happiness is. So from purity of intellect connected with Atma. So their happiness is connected with the Atma. And those who are in Rajoguna, their happiness is in the contact of their senses, object of the senses. Their happiness is nectar in the beginning and poison in the end. This is, we can see in this world, everything looks so fresh and beautiful in the beginning. But as time goes, then it becomes poison. So this is the person's happiness in the Rajoguna. And in Tamoguna, their happiness is different. Their happiness is sleeping, laziness, inattention, and illusion of the self. Their happiness is completely different. So Krishna says, Arjuna, no one is free from these three modes of material nature in this world. So that's why I have given Varnashrama Dharma. So why this varnashram dharma is given? Because everybody is carrying some kind of impression. Now this impression has to be purified. Anyway, we have this impression in our heart. Like a person who has developed this anger. So he has this anger in his heart. So what Krishna does, he puts him in Kshatriya family. Now what he can do, he can use this anger in a proper way. If somebody has this ability to cheat or to do marketing, what he does, he puts them in Vaishya family so that he can use his intelligent and he can use this ability in Vaishya community and he can advance. So Krishna created this varnashram dharma not for him. He has created this varnashram dharma for us. Like Krishna, like government is creating so many job vacancies. The job vacancies are not given randomly. There are jobs for peons, there are jobs for marketing people, there are jobs for managers, there are jobs for CEOs also, and there are jobs for those who are ruling the country. So according to your ability, you occupy the post. Here, what Krishna is doing, since he is a Paramatma in our heart, he knows our inclination. So what he does, he makes us to take birth in particular family so that our nature will be entertained in that family and we can get purified. So Krishna says, so in this world, everybody is born with these three modes of material nature. Nobody can avoid it. So I have created this varnashram dharma so that due in this varnashram dharma, their nature will be entertained properly and they get purified also. Like if a person has a Brahmana nature, if you put him in Kshatriya family, he will be like Yudhishthira Maharaj. It's uncompared. It's not possible to stay being a Kshatriya and also like a Brahmana. It's not possible. It is not good also for himself and for the society. So this varnashram dharma is created so that our impressions can be purified. Because anyway, you have this impression, you cannot change the impression. That's what Krishna is going to say to Arjuna. Arjuna, you have this impression of Kshatriya. You cannot avoid this. Even if you want to avoid this now, if you think that Brahmanas are better, I will become like a Brahmana, I will go and beg and live very simply. You will not do, because Prakriti will push you inside that. Because you have this impression, you will end up doing Kshatriya duty even if you go to forest. So Krishna says, so better do your dharma. So he says, there are duties for Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. For Brahmana, controlling of mind, controlling of external senses, austerity, cleanliness, tolerance, honesty, knowledge of the scriptures, realization, faith in the scriptures. So all these things are qualities for a Brahmana. And for Kshatriya, courage, confidence, resolution, expertise in completing his job, not fleeing from the battle, charity, and also controlling others. These are the qualities for Kshatriya. And Vaishya's agriculture, cow protection, and business are the quality for Vaishya. And for Shudras, service to the others, other three communities. So these activities give rise to knowledge. Like it's like a lotus coming out of mud. Krishna gives very beautiful analogy here. If you see lotus, it's very beautiful and it's very attractive. It has very good color, it has very good aroma, everything is there. But where it is coming from? It is coming from mud. Similarly, Krishna is saying here, Arjuna, by performing your duties, even though the duty may look very ugly, but ultimately by doing this duty, knowledge arises. So this knowledge is just like a lotus. So don't give up your duty as a Kshatriya. So if you perform your duty as a Kshatriya, maybe apparently from external sense, it may look like you are killing someone. But ultimately the knowledge, the understanding or the result is different. So doctor may look like he's cutting something and he is dealing with blood and things. But ultimately the result is different. So Krishna says, by your activity, you are purifying your samskaras and knowledge arises. So you should do your duty. Krishna says in the 46th shloka, very important shloka in Bhagavad Gita. So he says, that shloka. Yata pravritir bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam swakaramanam tam abhyarcha siddhim vindati manavaha. He says, Yata pravritir bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam. man achieves steadiness in jnana. So how he will do? By worshipping the Lord, mentally offering their prescribed duties. They will do their own work. Swakarmana means according to their varnashram dharma. Swakarmana tam abhyarcha. Siddhim vindati manava. Siddhim means they attain perfection. Perfection means here atma jnana. So they attain atma jnana by means of performing their own action. Shreyan swadharmo vigunan paradharma swanashtita swabhava niyatam karma kurvannapnoti kilvisham. You remember this shloka? Krishna spoke the same kind of shloka in 3rd chapter also. Shreyan swadharman vigunan paradharma swanashtita swadharme nijanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. You remember this shloka from 3rd chapter? I think 35th shloka. So Krishna speaks the same kind of shloka here. Shreyan swadharma vigunan paradharma swanashtita. Arjuna, don't think about others' dharma. Don't think about that Brahmana dharma is greater than Vaishya dharma, or Brahmana dharma is greater than Kshatriya dharma, or Shudra dharma is very lower than Brahmana dharma. No, everything is equally important. In your body, every part has its own work to do. We don't consider this is lower and this is higher. In a family, family members, they take up different kinds of work. There is nothing like he is doing higher work, he is doing lower work. If you accept Krishna as your father, then for father, someone is massaging the feet, someone is making father to give him bath, and somebody is cooking for the father, and somebody is earning for the father, and somebody is talking to the father very, very nicely, somebody is giving medicine to the father. So if you think everything as a service to the father, then you don't see this higher service, this lower service. So in this way, the whole society is working in this way. The whole society, it is meant for serving the Lord. So as a Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmana, doesn't matter. Lord has given you this work, you are doing this work as a service to the Lord. If you have this mentality, then you get purified. Otherwise, if you try to perform others' work, it is not purifying you. He says, perform your own dharma. It is always better. Don't take up others' duty. So no varnashrama duty is lower. Many look false in others, like I said now. Now Arjuna is thinking, okay, Kshatriya dharma, now I have to kill these people, I have to do this war. There are so many faults. So what I will do, I will take up Brahmana dharma. It is very clean, it is very pure, it is without any action. You have to just control your senses and sit nice. So I will take up Brahmana dharma. I will go and beg, and I will live very simply. It may look like this dharma has no any faults and Kshatriya dharma has faults. No, Krishna says every dharma has faults. Like we have fire, even in the fire there is smoke. Fire is always bright. Fire is purifying. But even in that fire, we have darkness. That is, we have smoke. If you keep your hand, then whole hand becomes dark, becomes black. So we may think fire is giving light and it is very nice, it is bright. And even in the fire, there is smoke. Similarly, every dharma has its own fault. So don't see for the faults. We always say that the other side is always better. No, everywhere there is problem. Until we are in this world, every dharma has its own plus and minuses. So Krishna says, don't think about that. So do your own duty. By means of doing your own duty, you will attain perfection. So those whose intelligence is unattached, whose mind is under control, who is devoid of the desire for material sense gratification, they will attain the result of jnanis. So jnanis, whatever results they attain, that is Atma Jnana, they attain the same kind of highest perfection by means of doing their work. So no need to give up your work, just do your work and give up the results for your work. By means of this, we can attain all happiness. So this Varnashram Dharma was very strong in our India. Now we are all saying that because we have demolished this Varnashram Dharma, now India is growing. See ourselves, see our history. Whole world is looking at India. Why? Because we are slow flourishing. We are so rich in everything, in knowledge, in culture, in scripture, in sculptures, in health, in dance, whatever way you see. We're best in everything. Why? Because we are preserving that essence. We're not mixing. Even now, you can see when you get some pure breed, it's always very valuable. When the breeds are mixed, there's no any value. Even now, we are looking for some pure breed of cows, pure breed of dogs. Why? When you maintain the pure breed, it has more ability. When the breeds are mixed, it may look very fluffy, it may look very big dog, or now we have cows, we have this Jersey cow. This Jersey cow is so big. This Jersey cow is a mixture of own desi cow and pig. So what they have done, this Western people, when they came to India, they saw our cows. They're very beautiful, and their milk is it's complete nutritious food. So they want to destroy this because cow is in the form of religion. Cow is actually the religion in the form of animal. So they have mixed our cow with pig, and they have created this big Jersey cow. You can see this big Jersey cow. It is not like ordinary cow. It is so dull. It is like a pig only. That's the face and also the activity. And it gives so much milk. You can get 10 liters, 15 liters milk. But what is the use? Now everybody is going for this pure desi milk. Why? When you preserve their varnas, then it has more effectiveness. But now it is useless because already everything is mixed. In Satyuga, predominantly everybody was in the stage of Brahmanas. And in Treta Yuga, then Kshatriya started to develop. Then in Dwapara Yuga, Vaishya started to develop. But in Kali Yuga, only Shudras they remain. Only Shudras will remain. And again, the thing will go back. Like Shudras, when they perform their work very properly, Shudras means they have this humbleness, they have this humble tendency. So when they do this kind of work, then because of their humbleness, they again take birth as Brahmanas. Why? Because they have developed this quality of humbleness, simplicity, respecting everyone. So again, they can take birth. They are considered to be a Brahmanas. Next life they take birth. So in this way, our impressions get purified.